Okay, I think we're live. Jenny and Madison want to enter.
Okie dokie.
Good.
We'll let them.
She wanted to sing the song, so she had to get here.
Yeah.
Well, Madison wanted to sing last week.
Right?
Yeah. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Hi, Madison.
We're not sure if we're going to be fussy or not, so I apologize if I have to mute myself.
Well, we could all be fussy. We've been known to be fussy too.
We have a binky, a teething ring, and a panda.
Wow,
Okay.
you got all the ammo.
I've got my stuff here. What do you call that? My teething bottle and my
Yeah.
binky. This is my binky.
When I was a kid, I had a, was that mother of pearl teething ring I had? Seen that
Oh,
thing?
yeah, that's right. We still have it.
What?
My.
Yeah.
Kind of like the silver spoon, huh?
Yeah.
It sounds
No, that
very
was, and
hard.
a bell hung for a silver bell. I think it was something that was passed down because my family at history is silversmiths in Massachusetts. So
Ah.
Paul Revere?
no, it was I don't think we have any relation to Paul Revere, but we're
He was a
I'll make
silversmith in Massachusetts.
yeah, I know. This was Burnham or Hanley or
Oh. Looks like bubbly. Oh, that's right. Gloria Ferrer. Oh, I gave it away. Never mind. Sorry. Well, let's start it the right way. I'll start the credits and then we can come in and talk. Okay, good evening, folks. Virtual wine tasting in the era of coronavirus or post-coronavirus. I don't know. September 5th, 2023. Tonight, we're actually covering Sonoma Valley AVA itself. And I am your host, David Mayer, the wino snob of Wine is Life. And the tasting panel tonight consists of these people and maybe some of these wines. Now, this wine's going to be there, I know, and that wine's going to be there for sure. And let's see what the tasting panel actually looks like.
What's that one down there?
Which one?
Oh, is that a Gloria Ferrer?
It is a Gloria Ferrer.
Wow, that's a cool bottle.
This one's their very high-end one.
Yeah, I think so.
But we have these folks that look more like modern day people, not the stiff upper lip people on the picture. So let's go around the room and see who we are, where we are, and what we have. Nan.
Nan, okay. Nan from Waynesburg, Ohio. And I have a Cab Sav. It's gun latch. I don't know how to say the other.
Bunchu.
Yeah.
It's 2018 and it's 14.5% alcohol. I tasted it earlier. It's pretty tasty.
Nice. And
What?
Bill and Dorothy.
Oh, Bill and Dorothy.
We are Bill and Dorothy from Fairfield, California, and we're drinking a Deerfield Ranch Winery Zinfandel, 2013 Zinfandel, Sonoma Valley, 17% alcohol. We aren't driving anyplace. 2.6 grams per liter of residual sugar, bottled July 20th, 2018, and less than 12 parts per million of SO2 at release. The owner's wife, she's the owner too, has real issues with sulfites and other things, so she won't let him release it till it gets down to a manageable level. So this is 80% Zin, 12% Syrah, 4% Malbec, and 4% Cab Franc. Robert likes to blend. The Syrah was added to accentuate the lower palate, the Malbec for dark berry flavors, the Cab Franc to lift the profile and add chocolate notes. So whole berry fermentation in small lots, 48 months in Pennsylvania oak, 600 cases, and it is really good.
Nice.
Yes. I want
So
some.
they don't like the sulfites, but they don't mind the sugar
Right.
Right.
and the high
Sugar is
alcohol.
fine. She doesn't react to that, but she has a bad reaction to.
Oh, okay. Headaches probably,
Yep.
or breathing. Could be breathing. Hi, Sharon and Eric.
Hello.
Welcome
Bill,
back to the United States.
thank you. Bill, you do such a wonderful job when you read and describe. And the way that you were talking about the people who own the winery is like they were your best friends. Thank
They
you.
practically are. We've been up to their house a few times, and they're pretty good friends. They went to Berkeley about the same time I did, maybe slightly before, but pretty close.
Wow, that's cool.
So they're pretty cool. He's getting really up there, and he's brought on someone to help with the winemaking process. She's been with him for a long time, I think from South America, but he trusts her judgment. And so there's going to be a turnover here. So some of the stuff we're going to be drinking in a few years. He doesn't release it usually for 3, 4, 5, 6 years. So we're still drinking his stuff, and he's still actively involved, but somebody else is assisting.
So we are back. Yes, we are back from Jamaica. It was just a quick trip, got a lot of sunshine, and didn't drink rum. They didn't have my rum. They're doing
What?
Appleton Estate is doing a turnover. That's what they
I
kept
don't know.
telling
They
us.
kept giving us a thing about it.
Yeah. So now we're here in Los Gatos, and this Gloria Ferrer, I'm hoping that you can see that beautiful gold.
Mm.
It reminds me of, oh, my mind just went blank. Next to Mom, that we used to go, ZD.
ZD.
It reminds me of ZD because they have a gold leaf thing too. So I don't know how this is going to taste. The front of it says first sparkling winery in Carneros. So that means it's been there longer than Domaine Carneros.
Well, we know it has. Because
Well,
we belonged to Gloria Ferrer before Domaine Carneros was even built, I think.
yes, we used to go to the Catalan Festival. It was always so awesome. But this, although this says crafted in the, what's that word that, the traditional,
Crafted in the method de traditional.
okay, go ahead.
Method traditional.
Well,
No, I want you to speak that
it's supposed to
language.
be Spanish, right? Because Gloria.
No. Well, no, but they're saying that's referring to champagne. So they made it in the traditional method as it's
This
made in
classic
champagne.
dry sparkling wine is bursting with green apple and pear flavors, and the finish is lush with a hint of ginger.
Ooh, I hope I like it. 14% alcohol.
I've met ginger.
No, it's not 14. I lied. It's 12.5.
It'd be
And I have
high for
lots of fun.
sparklings.
And yes, we used to go here before
Uh-huh.
we would go into the valley, and then I
Yeah,
don't know,
they had that Catalan festival. It was really quite spectacular.
with papaya. I mean, not papaya,
Paella,
paella. Oh my
olive
God.
oil, all
Um,
kinds of delicacies.
So cheers.
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 Like your glasses.
Cheers.
These are have I showed you these already? For my dry eyes.
Yes.
When I put them on, I have a shower in my eyes. It's wonderful. And they were really perfect for traveling.
Great. Share with us, Jenny, what you and Madison are drinking.
I have a Buckland Old Hill Ranch Zinfandel Bambino Field Blend. And it's a Zin
Sonoma
from Sonoma Valley.
Nice.
And it's 2020, and I think it was 14.1 alcohol.
What did you just say?
What?
20?
What?
2020.
2020. Vintage 2020.
Oh, I thought you said it was 20% alcohol.
Oh, no, 14.1% alcohol.
That'd
I was
be
gonna say,
interesting.
wow.
Really high.
Okay.
You wouldn't be hanging on to that
And-
baby.
Maybe would be bouncing up and down. Madison, what are you drinking? Look like
It's
you're
like
She's
she's-
gone
It is.
Taking a nap.
taking a nap. That sounds like a nice idea.
Yeah.
So
And holding
I'm,
on to her
I'm
kids.
David from Fremont, and I'm drinking Kistler. Now, this particular Kistler is not from Sonoma Valley. I was telling my friends here earlier that I think I drank the one that's supposed to be for tonight some time ago. What happened? But Kistler does make a lot of, they do make wine from grapes from different AVAs within Sonoma. This one happens to be from Sonoma Mountain, which we've already covered Sonoma Mountain last time. And where did I see this? This is a 2021 vintage. It is 14.5% alcohol. And they only produced 109 barrels of this wine. So very small lots. And that's what they do. They do a lot of small lots. And they're known for their Chardonnay, and that's what this is. And it is delicious. So I'm gonna have to drink the whole bottle by myself because Sue has a meeting she's at tonight. So
Oh, God.
I will.
Is it a fruity or is it an oaky?
Excuse
It's a
me.
little bit of both. I mean, I get the oak. It's not overly buttery, but it's got some butter and it's got some ripe apples, bruised apples, like yellow
Which
apples.
flavor lingers when you swallow it? I'm just curious.
The wine.
No, I
The
mean,
wine flavor.
I know that. I think we've had that one before.
Kistler is a very high-end Chardonnay
no.
producer.
I'm anxious.
You
to
know,
try that.
as good as I like this, so it's actually little on the finish. It's a little acidic and definitely the apples. But I think either last time or the time before I had Hansel Chardonnay. I really like that one. So even though Kistler is kind of higher end, the Hansel was, in my opinion, was better.
So if I get in the car right now while you're doing this, we can be at your house before the group is done?
No,
Yeah. Well, you know, you're going to be in that South Bay
Oh.
coming north traffic. So
Okay, never
in
mind.
2 hours you
Dr.
could be here.
David, don't you have a heliport on your roof?
I
It's
got a hell of a port. Yeah.
You know, Bill, that is really cute you said that. Our youngest son, who is an architect, we've already shared that, right? When he was, I'm going to say 9 was when he decided he was going to be an architect for his, and we lived in the mountains. And he said, I'm going to be an architect and I'm going to build you a helicopter pad and buy you a helicopter. And he still today talks about that.
you didn't live there when he was 9.
Oh, wow.
You lived in the mountains?
Yeah.
When did you live
Should
in
have
the
lived in
mountains?
the mountains, but I stole her away from that guy and moved her down to the civilized place.
It was in my other life. I lived up on
But we
Skyline.
have to raise the kids between the two.
You lived up on Skyline in the Santa Cruz Mountains?
Mhm.
That's
Well,
nice.
Well, Skyline and Gist,
Yeah,
Black Road,
it was like 2 miles from Skyline? Mile from
Oh.
Skyline?
2 miles.
That's nice.
My other life.
You know that area?
Up in the-
Well, shall we
Santa Cruz
learn more about Sonoma
Mike Stevens with
Valley?
Yeah.
So I know that.
We could try.
Is our AV.
Oh, there is a song.
Oh. Is this that, the Hansel, is that the Chardonnay that you were talking about, David?
Oh, yeah, this is what I had. Was it last week? Oh, and maybe that's when Sonoma Valley. Maybe, I don't remember when I drank that. But yeah, this was really good. Anyway, there's the song. You guys might like this song. It's I Want to Know What Wine Is. To the
Jones
tune of I
Wine
Want to
Still
Know
Alive.
What Love Is by the Mick Jones
You know that
and
tune?
the
He's the
Foreigner.
only one who's still alive.
Do you know
Remember the
that
last
tune?
one? I'm not going to sing it, that's for sure.
You guys sing it, Bill?
He's a
I'm
foreigner,
I'm
a big
huge
foreigner fan.
And Mick Jones is the only one that's still alive, although last time we went, he wasn't performing, but the time before he was. They still have the great sound, so we go to the concerts anyway, but no,
Okay.
I'm not gonna sing it, for sure, I'm not gonna sing it.
Why not? You're a big fan.
I'm a big fan,
And
but
he sings songs all the time when he listens to music.
hopefully when no one is listening.
Okay. No, believe me, Bill, no one's listening to this. Just us. You're in good company here. But
I don't even know.
Eric left?
He's getting his phone so he can hear it, doing
Oh, okay.
something, so he can hear it, I guess.
There's always Madison can sing with you.
Song.
I know it's the chorus.
Yeah.
Gotta drink a little wine. Little wine in my cup. I have no idea what this song is. What year?
If I could sing, I know the tune. I know if I could sing, I would sing it.
Gotta drink a little wine, a red wine, and think things over. To read labels between the lines. A case of wine when I'm older. Ooh.
Are you listening to the music?
This vineyard I must walk. Feel like a cask upon my shoulders. Through the clouds I see the wine shine. Keeps me warm as life grows colder. My life, there's been bad wine and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've traveled so far to drink this lonely life. I want to know what wine is. Oh, wine snob, please show me. I want to feel what wine is. Blind tasting, show me. That's enough of that. It's a slow, methodical love song.
Yes, it is. Bill, you want to pick it up?
Not really.
It's your song. Come on. It's your okay. Okay.
I'll
Let's
blow it
move
completely.
along. We'll move along. Thanks, Eric. I really should send these to you ahead of time so you can at least see what they are, huh?
Right.
Why do that?
So we could deal with the lyrics changes.
Yeah, but this is, it seems like a simple song, but it's a complicated melody, right? So it's not a, a rocking fun song that's sort of easy to.
Which one is Mick Jones?
Good question.
I don't know.
The one that's still
Right
alive.
there.
Well, you'll have to describe where he is.
We're on the
He's
lineup.
fourth from the left.
Okay.
Curly.
Who's got a vest on, that one there?
Yep.
I didn't realize they were all gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well,
They're still performing all over the place. They've been playing with Loverboy the last couple of years when they're going on their various concert tours.
What year did they start singing?
78. So they aren't real early in the rock scene, but 78 is the year they started.
Okay.
Hmm.
I remember they were very popular.
And Lou Gramm was the main lead guy, and then he had some brain cancer issues and other things, and they got a replacement for him who was pretty good, not as powerful as Lou. And then Lou came back for a little while.
I think I've seen them. They had like 3 different groups playing downtown at the Civic Center eons ago. It might have even been before children, probably was. So it's been a long time ago.
They would travel with Journey a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was
That
part
makes
of their
sense.
thing.
So Civic Center in Waynesburg?
No, in Canton.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just,
You were doubting there was a Civic Center in Waynesburg?
I've been to Waynesburg.
No, you blink your eyes and you're through it. We have 2 whole stoplights.
Wow.
That's like the town of Stockbridge, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
You got 3 stop signs, 2 police officers, and 1 police car. But when we got to the scene of the crime, okay, that's for Thanksgiving.
He goes off onto Alice's restaurant and he will stop.
Anyways,
talking.
I had fun writing this song, and but
So when you were writing, were you singing it to yourself?
of course, in
I'd
my
like to
head,
hear that.
Got
it sounded really good in my head. Sounded like I could actually sing.
Look around me. I've got vineyards where I hide. Looks like wine has finally found me. In my life, there's been bad wine and pain. I don't know if I can face it again. Can't stop now, I've traveled so far to drink this lonely life. Yeah, that's really depressing.
But you think of this.
That too, that too.
And you get to go swimming in the fermentation tank.
We'll move it on. We'll move along. We'll move along. And Sharon, this page is for you.
Moving.
Here we are in Sonoma. We've done all of this. We did all of that already. And we still need to do Sonoma Valley, which is here. And then I think we have to still do the Petaluma Gap, or Moon Mountain. Oh, we did the Petaluma Gap.
No, that's next week.
We did? We don't? Oh, next week. Petaluma Gap is next week, and then we have Moon Mountain after that. And then finally the Carneros. So we only have a few more AVAs left, and then we can move on to Mendocino. This is what Sonoma Valley AVA looks like. Isn't that pretty?
So pretty.
So pretty. So lay of the land. Sonoma Valley AVA refers only to the appellation in the southeast corner of Sonoma County, roughly outlining the borders of the Sonoma Creek watershed, which begins in the Mayacamas Mountains near Sugarloaf Ridge State Park and flows into San Pablo Bay. The town of Sonoma lies within the heart of Sonoma Valley. The Carneros region, which is shared with Napa Valley, overlaps the AVA at its southern end. Here, the valley is mostly flat and wide, and the growing season is characterized by mild days and cool winds that blow from the bay. The landscape here is a mix of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir vineyards, dairies, and hay fields. Past the historic resort town of Boise Hot Springs, the temperature climbs as Sonoma Mountain looms above Glen Ellen and traps the valley's heat. This is the home of Old Vines Inn, planted here since the 1850s. The mountainous terrain favors grapes that like to roast in the sun but benefit from afternoon breezes. Cabernet Sauvignon rules the roost. Here, the hamlet of Kenwood where the valley continues to narrow and we enter the Russian River watershed. Wind and fog from the valley Pacific Ocean considerably cool things down. Often on late summer afternoons, we can see fog caressing the forested ridges of Tryon-Annandale State Park before flowing into the valley.
Is, Boys Hot Springs, is that do they have hot springs there? Or is it just the name of the town?
I bet they have hot springs.
It's a town, it's an incorporated
But
town.
do they have hot springs? She's
Yes,
saying.
they do.
Do we go there?
Okay. We should go everywhere.
Okay,
We should do one like a big field trip.
It takes a couple months, right? So we can see everything.
Yeah. Well, that's another thought for these AVAs. We could just go
Oh,
visit the AVAs,
bus.
spend the night, and do our broadcast from the AVAs. That would be fun too.
Yeah, we just need to have a little bus and
and not
pile on
work.
board and-
Mm,
I,
Have unlimited funds.
I could not work. I mean, I could not work. Yeah, but some more shot of Sonoma. So the Sonoma Valley encompasses Sonoma County's widest range of wine grapes, most dramatic contrasted terrain, and longest history of any wine region in Sonoma County. The birthplace of California's commercial wine industry in the 1850s, Sonoma Valley didn't win official American viticultural area status until 1981. It
Year I was born.
comprises, which is, well, they say this, but you know what? They didn't really start doing AVAs until the 1980s, so that's like soon, early. It comprises more than 14,000 acres of vineyards and is home to more than 80 wineries and tasting rooms. The top grapes, the oldest vineyards in Sonoma Valley, are planted with Zinfandel, often called America's heritage grape. Many of these vineyards were planted well over a century ago and are often jumbled up in a field blend of other more rare cultivars. Cabernet Sauvignon is now the most important grape in Sonoma Valley. In the 1880s, it was locally grown almost exclusively in the Dunfilin vineyard, now a major source of Kunde family winery. But by the time of Prohibition rolled around, it was becoming a big deal in higher elevation vineyards like Monte Rosso. Merlot and Chardonnay were popularized in the Sonoma Valley in the 1970s and continued to be important. Up and coming varietals here include Malbec, Syrah, and Grenache. Some more pieces of Sonoma Valley. Also pretty. Okay, so we're gonna talk about Hansel Vineyards, which is the wine that I drank by mistake when I was supposed to have it tonight instead, but well. So Ambassador James D. Zellerbach founded Hansel Vineyards in 1953 with a vision to create wines that could compete on the world stage. Named after his wife, Hannah, Hansel sits at the southern tip of the Mayacamas mountain range overlooking the southwestern end of Sonoma Valley and San Pablo Bay. After extensive time spent in Burgundy, Zellerbach returned inspired and educated by the region's wines and grapes, Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. He then planted these two varietals at a time when there were less than a few hundred acres of each planted in North America. Since 1975, Hansel has been solely owned by the De Beer family, who is dedicated to the preservation of tradition with a progressive and holistic approach, which will ensure the sustainability for generations to come. At the toe of the Mayacamas Mountains, we have been farming the Hansel estate for over 6 decades. As stewards of the land, we have an ethical, social, and ecological responsibility to ensure the sustainability of our place for generations to come. Our integrated farming philosophy is rooted in a holistic approach where the vineyard is one part of an interconnected farm ecosystem. In addition to our 46 acres of vineyards, you will find sheep, pigs, chickens, geese, dogs, cats, turkeys, deer, vegetable gardens, and fruit orchards, all working harmoniously together to enhance the well-being of our land and ultimately the well-being of our people. Our biofarm approach allows us to reduce our carbon footprint by limiting farm management systems to strive for one day being 100% self-sustained. Today, we are CCOF certified organic, and any material brought on property from outside sources are certified organic solely from manufacturers whose strong ethical, social, and environmental platforms. Those are a lot of words. So this is Hansel, and Hansel itself has been one of those teaching wineries. So a lot of winemakers got their start working at Hansel because of their reputation and moved on to do work at other wineries or start their own wineries. And then we have, oh, I like this. So they did this really cool thing showing the characteristics of their Chardonnay as it ages. So when it's less than 5 years old, the fruit aspects dominate. The fruit starts getting a little bit more aged, and we get some bread ingredients in here, and the stone is in there, and then it gets much older at 15 plus years. And they said, since our first vintage in 1957, we have learned that the wines produced from our estate tend to offer consistent flavor profiles and development year over year. This drinking window illustration provides visual, what?
It's road. It's road.
Visual flavor profiles is intended to help guide our decisions on when to open and drink one of our wines or hold them for the future. We encourage you to try our wines while young and through all the stages of evolution to find your own Hansel sweet spot. This time period will be different for everyone, but will remain fairly constant vintage to vintage. So it's kind of cool. So I included that.
What does the stone represent?
Minerality.
So if you look at the pictures, not only is it green at the very beginning, I feel like the stone is just kind of there, and also the vanilla. And then as it gets older, the stone gets bigger. And that is really a cool thing.
Yeah, it's a cool depiction of what happens with the wine over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, I really enjoyed their Chardonnay. I encourage us all to go out and buy some.
Is it reasonably priced?
I don't remember, but I'm thinking it's like $30-40, which is, I think, reasonable. It was probably less expensive than my Kistler.
Okay.
And you liked it better.
I did.
Are
I
they
think
okay? I can't wait to hear about Kistler because I want to see where they're located.
so. When I need to order some more wine for my Mendocino AVAs, I'm going to buy some more of this too. Okay, Kistler. There's Kistler. Kistler is a single clone Chardonnay house. One heritage Californian selection of Chardonnay planted across 15 vineyards from Carneros to Sonoma Valley to the Russian River Valley and Sonoma Coast. From those sites, we produce 11 vineyard designate Chardonnays. We're wholly dedicated to the ideal of wines of sight. It's an unparalleled approach in the New World. We've been working with and on this singular clone of Chardonnay since the mid-1980s. Its parent material was imported from Burgundy in the early part of the 20th century. Its long history in California means that it has been selected for and by Californian farmers and winemakers over decades to ripen well in Californian growing conditions. We've gone through further selections of the clone over the years, honing in and propagating based on the characteristics that we find the most compelling. Low yields, small berries, great concentration in the fruit, and its distinct ability to retain its natural acidity during the ripening process. We also make a little Pinot Noir. 2 heritage selections of Pinot Noir inform all of our Pinot Noirs. That's originally hailing from a Grand Cru vineyard in Burgundy. We've been propagating these 2 selections over the last 25 years. They, like our Chardonnay clone, are very low yielding, resulting in wines with a natural density and concentration of flavor, balanced by elegant natural acids and elevated aromatics. That's Kistler. And that looks like they're in a pretty setting here. Okay. Here we go for our Irish coffee, Buena Vista. Before there were vineyards in every valley north of San Francisco, before Napa and Sonoma were household names, before there was a California wine world at all, there was Buena Vista. Founded in 1857 and spanning from Sonoma and into Napa, Buena Vista is California's first premium winery, and its history is as colorful as it is proud. Today, the legend has been reborn under the vision of Jean-Charles Bousset. Just outside of the town of Sonoma, the original winery is now a California historic landmark and home to our winery, one of our tasting rooms, and visitor centers. Chateau Buena Vista, located in the heart of downtown Napa, is the realization of a dream to reestablish the winery with a permanent distinction or designation in Napa Valley. Housed in the 1929 Gordon Building, the Art Deco-inspired tasting room brings the experience of champagne and caviar with Cabernet and chocolate together. So they have a tasting room in Napa too, is what they're saying, not just in Sonoma. Buena Vista, our future is our past, our vivacious, colorful, and pioneering past. And under Jean-Charles, I expect no less. And their label kind of looks a little bit like Chateau Lafite. You notice that? I don't know. That's probably on purpose. I hear Madison. Is she
Oh, she,
dreaming?
yeah,
She's dreaming of wine.
Nice.
yes. Dreaming of the Buena Vista.
Dreaming of Buena Vista.
Oh, there's our wine.
That's ours.
So here's the Gloria Ferrer. Jose Ferrer championed his family's dream of producing exceptional traditional method sparkling wine in the New World. In the he's not the Jose Ferrer, the actor, right? I don't think so. In the 1980s, he ventured from Barcelona, Spain, to Sonoma, California, with his wife, Gloria, in search of the ultimate region to make sparkling wine. For the Ferrers, whose Spanish sparkling wine growing experience goes back generations, the potential was unmistakable, even before it became an established AVA. They recognized the ideal climate of Pinot Noir, or for Pinot Noir and Chardonnay, and thus the perfect terroir for brilliant sparkling wines. Warm days, cool nights, predictable winds, summer fog, and a long growing season coax grapes to maturity slowly and consistently with a desirable balance of sugar and acidity. They immediately began planting the estate, 3/4 with Pinot Noir vines and 1/4 with Chardonnay. And again, this looks like a pretty place to visit.
It's an awesome place. And if I may interject, as this is warmed up, which I love my sparkling really cold, I can smell what I have come to recognize as Carneros grapes. And I told Eric, I said, ooh, that's why I like it. I can smell Carneros.
Hey,
Let's go there too, guys. We can start.
That's a good acquired taste. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think we should.
We can
One of my
start there.
cousins is a member there, and she was supposed to get married at the winery in the fall of 2020.
Ah,
No, no.
Alas, life had other plans. They still got married, just not at Gloria Ferrer.
Okay. Let's see what oh, Kunde. We have Kunde Family Winery.
oh, we've had that.
Can you say that on it then?
Oh,
Over,
Kunde
over,
Emo has that with 5-cent sale. Okay,
Who
sorry.
that?
I'm gonna mute us again so I quit talking.
For over a century, 5 generations of the Kunde family have farmed our 1,850-acre estate in the Central Valley, a truly remarkable legacy in the modern age of California winemaking.
Well, we've certainly drunk some.
Fervent, forward-thinking vision
We're always
of land
giving their
stewardship and
appropriate
sustainability
warnings.
began over 100
We
years
should pull
ago,
in and
has
start.
been shaped with successive generation. Our founder, Louis Kunde, who immigrated from Germany, acquired the Wildwood Vineyards Ranch with its acclaimed iron-rich ancient red volcanic soils in 1904. The vineyards on this land were first planted in 1879 by pioneer John Drummond, with imported cuttings from Chateau Margaux and Lafitte Rothschild. Upon Louis' death in 1922, the winery and vineyards were taken over by his son, Arthur Big Boy Kunde. Big Boy kept the winery open during the difficult times of Prohibition, but was forced to finally close the winery doors when his sons were drafted into service in
Big
World
Boy
War.
Restaurant?
Throughout the 1960s and 70s, two of Big Boy's sons, Bob and Fred,
Yeah,
greatly expanded the
Maybe.
Kunde estate, adding the esteemed Kinnybrook Ranch in 1997, which is where the winery now stands. So it's Kunde.
So the name was Bob because the founder of Bob's Big Boy was named Bob Lyon.
I don't know why he's big boy. What about him?
The founder of Bob's Big Boy is named
Oh,
Bob Lyon.
okay. Not Kunde.
Kunde Kinte.
Kunde Kinte.
Oh, did
So
you?
that was it for the
Oh,
featured.
sorry. Did you see that picture on the bottom? See down there? That's a beautiful view. Look at you sit there and look out at the valley.
Yeah.
That almost looks like the view from Boonla,
Gunlock.
Gunlock.
Boonla Bunchen has a view like that.
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Cool. We should go there too.
Okay,
Okay.
I'm taking notes.
You know, have we seen a place we don't want to go?
Rombauer.
We're easy. We just don't want to
Did
go.
you say Rombauer?
I've been there, don't want to go back.
Okay. Well, Gallo owns Rombauer now.
Yeah, that little old winemaker, me, now owns Rombauer, which is fitting. It's fitting as far as I'm concerned. But
Well, it'll be interesting to see whether you can still go picnic on their grounds or whether they change that whole.
Gallo just destroys things, so I
We-
don't think you'll be able to do
We've
that.
often picnicked at
I don't know how
Rombauer.
you can destroy that any more than it already is, in my opinion.
Okay.
I just,
Get on.
I'm like,
Their Zinfandel is really good. I know they're known for Chardonnay, but their Zinfandel.
oh my,
Still,
you know, I'm gonna go off on the Zinfandel because we went up there and tasted the Zinfandel and it tasted like grape juice. It was so sweet.
Oh, wow.
I just, man,
I haven't had that issue.
oh, it was just awful. It was just terrible. You know, compared to the Zinfandel that I get at Inglenook, you know, it was
Yeah.
night and day.
Oh, by the way, so they've worked that kind of out a little bit. If you go to the Inglenook website, there's a link on the front on the home page where you can go to where you can actually buy the Zinfandel now.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just learned that this past weekend. So they're you can actually order it online. They're still working out where that will be a retail shop for that.
Because they're not gonna have it at the Chateau anymore, or
Zero.
that also the RC, they're not gonna have there either.
No, no, that's not true. The RC is still there. It's a member only wine.
Okay,
Also good to know.
but I thought, I thought
the
Rubicon was a member only wine as well.
no,
No,
other people could buy Rubicon.
okay.
The 1882 will also only be at the new place. It's actually it's called Nebom Panino.
Is the new website or the new?
The new winery is Nebom
Oh.
Panino.
What new winery?
New winery.
Well, new wine label.
Well, okay. I was gonna ask if they had the same labels as before.
No, well, the old ones
Being marketed
will.
slightly differently.
The old ones will, but the new vintages will have Nebom Panino.
Nibam Panino. Okay.
And you notice I have to stop and think about it for a second before I say it.
Okay, hold on, I'm confused. I thought we were Inglenook. Are we going back to Nebom?
No, we
No.
are Inglenook. The Zinfandel in the 1882 and Cask is coming back. Will be under the Nebom Panino label.
Will it have the same fun cork label?
Wood, there was wood.
Oh,
Oak
would
label.
will it have the same cool label?
I don't know.
So it's not gonna be.
Probably
any
doesn't have the
real-
old American oak though, which made it
I don't
special
know.
in the day.
What's
can't-
what's going on?
So then
It's
it's
not gonna be. in-
Inglenook is just gonna have Rubicon and,
Rubicon, Cab, RC Syrah, Blancano, Sauv Blanc.
so then
Oh.
the cask is coming back as another wine.
Who is?
Under, the cask is coming back as another wine.
Yeah, under the Nebom Panino label.
And
Then what's going to
the
be at
problem?
Inglenook?
Huh? Inglenook is Rubicon, Cab, and Blancano, an RC and Blancano and Sauv Blanc.
But I thought that the cab was the cask reinvented.
Well,
You do.
sort of, but it's the Cabernet still is going to be there. The Cabernet Sauvignon will still be there.
So
That's
so
Cabernet Sauvignon.
how's the level gonna go? Is it gonna be cask and then cab and then Rubicon, or?
No, because the cask is going to be under the Nebom Panino label. It's
Okay, and
totally
there's
separate.
a different winemaker?
Probably not.
You're gonna have to join another.
Different label.
Wine club.
Different label,
Different label.
Oh,
different
my.
wine club, different wine club.
Okay, excellent.
Interesting.
Why are they doing this?
Make money.
Well, remember, this all goes back to way back. Whenever there's a change, there's one reason why. It's what Mr. Coppola wants. It's every change we've ever done. I've been there 20 years almost. And it's always, he's the visionary decision maker, whatever.
Is he
So,
becoming senile?
So there's gonna be a separate wine location.
Yeah, we don't sell these wines at Inglenook.
I understand, but so if I want to taste those wines, I go to a different winery.
Different place,
Yeah,
Probably the caves.
a different place at,
not the caves.
okay, is it a
That's-
different place
that's
on the
Inglenook.
property, or is it a different place?
Well, I'll venture a guess, but I don't have the final answer. At one point, he wanted to buy the Rutherford train depot. But the wine train people own that and they don't want to sell it, and they're actually fixing it up. They're putting a new roof on.
Mhm.
They're fixing it up. I don't know what they're gonna do with it. But there is a building on the property that could potentially be where you could go taste these wines. And it's on Nebom Lane, which probably won't make the neighbors on Nebom Lane very happy. But it's the Red Barn, so possibly there, which is right. The Red Barn is right near Kneebaum Lane, so it's very convenient.
So then as members of Inglenook, then if we want to taste there, we have to pay to taste there or join that club to taste there? or-
There's gonna be some cross benefits. So,
Everything else.
don't know.
Things are changing.
Yeah,
Interesting.
you're a wealth of misinformation, so.
No, it's not. It's just,
I'm giving you as much as I have.
it's just like Weight Watchers. All the changes that they're making all
Ah,
the time.
Fuckers.
I know. Not
Is-
happy
You know,
with
when he
that.
bought Chateau Souverain, we got tasting privileges there for quite a while. And then they cut that off. and-
Well, you got it there until everything was finished.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, you're from the mothership, they would say when we pulled up with our membership. Yes, we are.
So
That's interesting.
if they do use the Red Barn as where the taste room will be, I imagine that's quite a bit of renovation that needs to take place before that's ready.
So then, as far as you know, they're going to be using the same vineyards and the same grapes, just selecting the,
So a lot of the vineyards are being flipped.
Yeah, when we were there, we were surprised how many were.
yeah,
So this could potentially change the characteristic of the Zinfandel. Because
Oh,
right now the Zinfandel is almost entirely grown on the back property, which is the best vineyard areas, which should be actually growing Cabernet Sauvignon or Cab Franc or Merlot. So they're going to move those up front. So as good as Edizione Panino has been in the past, it may not be as good as it was based on where it's going to be growing in the future. But that's going to take a while before that happens.
sure. And then that's going to be at the new winery.
Yes.
And
New tasting room.
It's not gonna.
The new
happen
tasting
overnight.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wine itself will be made in the same winery as Inglenook.
He's thinking.
Interesting.
So they're going to make more types of wine in the same. But then they built that cave and all that stuff there, so there's more capacity there to make.
Have you seen it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Huge.
yeah. When isn't that what the thing we did where
Yes,
it took us all through it?
that was when we.
And they were talking about how the baseball diamond. I said, well, is this
Yeah.
underneath the softball field or what?
We got to see Matt. On his tummy.
We
Yes.
didn't actually see her.
Well, I
but
felt it.
We met up at the cafe.
it was quite exciting.
So
That's quite
it
exciting.
sounds like to me, they just want to attract different people to different.
I think it's just, I can't imagine Francis needs any more money. It's just
Well,
his
he's not
vision
doing,
of
I don't think
things.
he's doing for
It's his
money.
vision of things that he wants to do.
Okay, David, did we just do 4? Did you just talk about only 4 wines tonight?
I think I did 5.
Then I missed one.
Oh. Well, which did you miss?
Well, I did
Well, we don't know.
Kistler, Budweiser, and Kundi.
Okay, here's
The
Kundi.
first one, the Hannah something.
Here's
Denzel.
Hands
Yeah, I have that
Hansel.
one.
Vista,
I
Kistler,
have that one.
and
I have
Hansel.
that one.
You got
Yeah,
Hansel?
that's 4.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Where's,
Oh, I didn't write down Gloria.
oh,
Okay, we've talked about, this is just a question amongst friends.
where,
And we talked about that when we get together,
Yeah.
going to one winery, 2 at the most in a day would be too much. Back in the day, we would take a bus.
we were 30 or 40.
So we took.
Jenny could probably do it.
Not anymore.
Ask the question.
Jenny hasn't slept for how old's at Madison?
He actually slept for over 6 hours last night. It was awesome.
Oh my God.
Did you wake up and you went, oh,
Wow.
I
Wow.
woke up several times and I could check on her and okay, go back to sleep.
Had to go check that she was still breathing, right?
Yeah. So we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah,
wow.
for Laura, Addie wakes up and wants to play like at 3 a.m. or 1:30.
Oh no.
Yeah, one of our grandkids woke up early, and the other one just slept.
I live on that, junk tree out there, and it turned and flashed.
Um,
The sun caught it, flashed the red.
Me.
How's the wines, everyone?
Really good.
Excellent, excellent.
Buzzworthy.
Yes.
Buzzworthy?
I'm buying more.
Yes, we drove down to Merced this weekend to see our grandson. He's 20 years old today. But
Oh,
anyway,
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
all of the signs, every sign along the way was Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I
saw
see that a lot.
10 of them.
Oh, due to the university?
yeah. All I can
Well,
say.
no, just
to
going
infinity and
down all
beyond.
along
All the
along
freeways have that. on
all
the
the
big
freeway.
freeway.
freeways had the same sign.
And I thought that's how.
In Jamaica, they have the sign that says, "Protect your head, don't wind up dead."
Oh, that's kind of cute. I like that.
To like wear a helmet?
Because it's not so much where we were in Ocho Rios, but in Negril, they're like these sort of kind of motorcycles. They're like scooters, and they're taxis, and they pick people up and two guys sit on the handlebars, three guys sit on, and the guy's driving down and they're going 90 miles an hour around this freeway, and nobody's wearing helmets.
Is it a freeway actually?
It's not a freeway. It's a road. It's a road. It's just phenomenal that the guy can balance the bike with all these people sitting on it.
You didn't try it.
Hey, Nan, what is Scott fishing for tonight? What's he hoping to catch?
This is bass.
Okay.
Yeah. Normally they have it on Monday night, but Monday was the holiday, so they
Right.
had it tonight.
Gotcha.
You get to clean them and
No, they don't even bring them home.
They just catch and release.
Yeah. Well, they'll catch them, they weigh them, and then they release them. Yeah.
That's what Bill does, but he fishes in the Delta, and so you're only supposed to, because of all the metal content, you're not supposed to eat them very much. Right. Once a year, maybe we have one.
has Scott ever gone frogging
Oh yeah.
and brought them all home?
When he was younger, before me, yes, I've heard many a story.
When I was young, before Eric, before anything, we would go to Modesto. And all of us kids would be asleep when they would bring all those frogs home at dark, well, mostly towards the morning. And you could hear them. But they were really good.
Frog leg?
We used to have frog legs when we'd go out. When I was on vacation, we'd go out and have frog legs. We never caught the frogs though.
Right. You only eat them at a
That would be
restaurant.
murder.
Right.
Yeah.
In Hawaii.
Right, in Hawaii.
My dad had frog legs
Oh,
once.
by Calistoga, what was it? There was this funky
Triple S?
Yeah, the Triple S Ranch up by Calistoga. And they had like a campground, and then they had a hotel room, and they had an old funky,
On Petrified Forest Road.
old time restaurant.
Oh,
Really?
They had frog legs.
Okay.
I forgot. I don't know where I ate frog legs. It's been a long time.
Well, we used to.
Hawaii is the only place I've ever had them.
We'd go up
I had
north,
here
if
somewhere in
we'd
the
go
Bay
up to
Area.
Mendocino, we'd see them. We'd have them all the restaurants up that way had them when I was a kid.
Oh.
I mean, there were only like 3 restaurants.
Dad one time, but I don't remember whether we got any.
Well, you didn't.
We didn't eat any wings.
Right.
Well, I think we should all wake up Madison now.
No.
Oh,
No, 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 no.
Well, you might as well, it's because it's 6 o'clock, and if you don't wake her up now.
You though.
oh,
Oh, cute. Oh, wow.
Fast asleep.
this is so awesome that you share her with us.
Yeah. Well, she's a wino snob.
Yeah.
Right.
He's a snob because he won't even talk to us.
I'm just happy she naps during this time.
Yeah, she's always out. That's
I
cute.
know. It's like we're freaking boring.
Being good for mommy.
No, I think we're boring. I think that's what it is.
So Jenny,
It's all I fed her just before.
Oh.
do you get
yes.
6 months before you have to go back to work?
No, I'm going back October 9th. So about 4.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I got 4 months and I extended it for a couple of weeks.
Wow.
Yeah. But we're quiet in the fall. So it's nice because I won't be going back when it's like super busy and I can kind of ease back into things, which will be really nice.
Yeah.
And then we'll gear up again in like January.
So
Are your parents going to take care of her, or?
They're gonna help, yeah. So I depending on when she gets into daycare, they'll look after her on the days I have to go in. Because in the fall we do sort of a split system where we work from home some days and go in some days. So
Okay.
I'm planning to be able to look after her on the days I work from home. It's quiet enough. I think I should be able to do that, and they'll look after her on the days I have to go in. So we're working out.
I don't know how it is
she'll go
now,
into
but
daycare
really,
eventually.
40 years ago, Davis was full of daycare providers. So
I'm actually looking at a place. It's like 2 blocks from the Capitol, and it's actually right across the street from my parking garage.
okay,
So it'd be really convenient to drop her
yeah,
off and pick her up, going to and from work. And I have had a lot of coworkers who have taken their kids there who highly recommend them. So it's good to
Nice.
have positive reviews.
right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nan hasn't showed us any pictures of that beautiful baby with that dark black
Head of hair.
hair. She's got to be 2.
No,
No,
just one in June.
What in June? Goodness.
Wow.
Wow.
It was one in June. I'm trying to think what I have on my phone. It's got it charging.
She's probably running around and
What new tricks she's up to.
You told us earlier that she was mimicking sounds, so like she was barking like the dog, and
Yeah, we were downstairs and I was sitting on the couch and she had worked her way down to the floor, and Scott came down too, and I was like kind of holding her with my legs, and Scott said, "Bite her toes like Lily." She barked and like she's biting my toes. So it was really funny. We cracked up. Yeah, speaking of, well, wait a minute, there she is.
oh my, wow.
Oh my God, look at her go.
The dog and her were playing and having fun. Crazy puppy.
But she's definitely a little girl. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's just because her hair's long. She
Yeah.
basically just started walking. Oh, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. She went to a first birthday party, and that little girl was walking good. And Maddie was walking before, but just hanging on everywhere, hanging on to us, the furniture, whatever. And that little girl started walking, and Maddie said, "She can do it, so can I." And that was it.
I love it.
Oh, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Oh, she's a character. She's got 2 teeth on top and 2 on the bottom, but you can see all the other ones like coming in on the gums, but they're not through the skin.
Wow.
So she's gonna have a mouthful before long, probably by Christmas.
Christmas.
Yeah.
It'll be here before we know it.
I used to know how many days, not now. And then
I have
like
an app.
Bill and Dorothy, is your granddaughter still on Oahu?
She's actually doing the fall semester in Copenhagen. And,
Oh, that's right. You told us that before.
and so she has started classes there this week.
This week.
Her dad took her there 2 weeks ago and
That's exciting.
got her settled in. And
And we're gonna go visit in late November, early
November.
December, so.
Awesome.
and she and I think, well, it sounds like she has been getting
100
acclimated very well.
Oh, good.
So are her
And-
classes in English?
Yes,
They are.
all the classes are in English.
They had a week of some Danish
Pronunciation mainly, Tom
pronunciations and
said.
phrases and things, but the classes.
All of their
are
classes
in
are in English. And you know, we have relatives there. And so a person who is actually my third cousin, she and her two sons came in when Tom and Ellie went and helped them get things for her. She's subletting an apartment and
That's awesome.
That's
So,
going to be such
they
a
were-
wonderful experience. Study abroad is just the most amazing thing. Such a
yeah.
great learning experience on like so many different levels.
So she,
So she'll be back on Oahu for the next semester.
for the last,
in
and
January.
then she plans to get her master's too in accounting, Eric.
Oh. I have a
She's
master's.
in
I have a master's in finance because I already had a bachelor's in accounting, but I have my master's in finance.
But you started out.
Well, I don't know what her master's is in, but
A lawyer.
she's already,
So, yeah,
it's already in her plan.
the master's in accounting, and then, you know, if you get a PhD in accounting, it's like advanced economics. It's not even really accounting because they're so theoretical. I had a teacher that wrote the Eldon S. Hendrickson. He taught a class in accounting theory,
Hi.
and he was so theoretical, I didn't know what was going on.
So it has nothing to do with reality. It's
Yeah,
just,
it was like, it's like the, you know,
That's like Dorothy's math.
nothing balances, nothing.
No, that doesn't exist.
Should we send the wine to them? It's in LA.
Do you get if you were at the beach?
You teach.
I'm not.
Okay.
But, you know, if you're
We should probably
advanced
send it to,
economics,
the
then you
address should be on that form.
a master's is,
Do I need to fill it out?
master's is different.
Okay,
Okay.
So I have it. It's 110
Okay.
days, 5 hours
I think I'm
and
there
50
tomorrow.
minutes until Santa
Christmas?
arrives. Until Santa arrives.
all right.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
love
there you
it.
go.
Countdown.
And have
Are you expecting big things from
All right.
Santa?
All right, see you. Bye-bye.
No, I just have to answer questions for my grandkids and my wife all the time of when Santa's coming. I want to be prepared.
Good plan.
go away.
So
Is it like a Santa
Our-
tracker app?
our grandson did not grow up with Santa in his world.
Oh, wow.
Liam.
Liam.
And
Explain.
Santa was just not part of anything. But he sort of, I don't know. It was no big, you know, Santa he never got presents from Santa and it was never a big deal.
Oh.
So the parents, they were believers.
They just never.
No, they just don't believe in
never-
fairy tales.
Parental parent presents, but not Santa.
Right. They didn't,
I've never heard.
and,
So my
and he
dad
was
actually just wondered aloud today, where do you get pictures with Santa now? Because like you don't have the mall Santa anymore. Like where do you go to have that experience?
No, they have an app for that.
Oh, that's not the same.
I have an app. I can take a picture of your
Why don't
baby
you
and
have
put
a
it-
Santa at the mall anymore? We still have Santa at the mall.
Do
I think we do
might.
too.
We do it our
I
way.
can't even tell you the last time I went to the mall.
You have to
Santa
come to
No.
Fairfield.
came
Fairfield's
to our
got
house
Santa.
a few years ago.
Oh, we used to
Oh,
know a great Santa who would come to our house.
Oh, I have pictures.
And we were standing outside talking to him after his visit because he was a family friend. And there were kids across the street and they were standing at the window and you could see them going, oh, because he did. He looked just like Santa Claus when he was all dressed up.
Cool.
It was,
You have a rec department that they have a visit, but places like, where do I take the kids? Happy Hollow, a lot of amusement parks. No, they still have them at the malls.
okay, do they? We'll
They
have to
do in
check that out
Fairfield,
then.
or at least they did last year.
It's been a while.
They still have the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Easter Bunny.
I want to know about this kid who didn't have Santa. Is this your son or daughter's child?
Santa
It's our
came to our
daughter's
house.
child.
Santa
Oh,
came to our house.
They
Well, he
just
didn't come to our house,
never,
he was parked outside.
No,
you
no,
know,
he
I'm
came.
guessing
he
that
came to our
Sarah
house.
was never a believer in Santa Claus.
Probably
Right?
Probably right.
She
Too
probably,
practical.
That's Santa. I'm telling you right now.
There you go. On the right side, huh?
That is interesting.
so
You know, even though one of our grandsons knows about
He
Santa,
came in our house.
he did come in the house.
yeah,
Easter
Oh,
bunny.
cute.
look at all of that hair. That's amazing.
How did she react to the Easter Bunny?
I guess good. You know, she's pretty smiley in these pictures, and
Yeah.
she's with her mom and dad in that picture. And yeah, I mean, Megan, no, when she was a baby, but evidently Maddie did okay.
Really?
You have to always believe in Santa no matter what. For the rest of your life. I said, you know what? If you believe in Santa, Santa's there.
Who are you, Elf?
No, I don't take it. I don't believe in Santa.
I'm with you, Sharon.
Well, now you have to believe. And it's
Well, we see him driving around here from time to time, you know.
Santa Claus wears a red suit. He's a communist.
no stop.
Have beard and long hair, must be a pacifist.
Okay, Eric.
What's in the pipe that he's smoking? Mr. Claus sneaks into your house at
This
night.
is what I live with.
Usually.
All right,
That's
must be
Arlo.
time to go fix dinner.
That's an Arlo. gun.
Yeah, it's about that time.
Eric's had
All right.
barbecue chicken.
We're having to.
Are we going
Well, we'll
out?
see you all next week.
Let's do.
See you next week.
Alright.
Sorry, I
Yes.
got distracted with a couple of things on phone.
Next week is, are we here next week?
Petaluma.
Yes, I'm going to
Petaluma
Petaluma
Dam.
next week. So David, or excuse me, Mr. Wine Snob, I
Big
was
Sur.
like amazingly awesome because you give us all this information. Would you be disappointed if we were here to learn about the AVA, but we didn't have the wine? Or that-
I don't have next week's either.
I actually have next week's, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I have a couple.
We do too, right?
We have-
I had trouble finding Petaluma Gap, and then I found it. I don't know.
Ann has one. We sent her one.
Yeah, I got that one, and then we went to a wine distributor, and they had one there. So it was like, oh, I got two now.
Okay.
There we
All
go.
right.
Well, grandmas and new mothers of babies, their time sometimes is limited and it,
Well, you know, if you don't have the wine, I mean, some of these are obscure, and Mendocino becomes more obscure. There's a lot of, it's hard to find some of these wines. I mean, I think everyone should be able to find Anderson Valley,
Right.
but some of the others are going to be harder
But
to
if we
find.
do a trip, we could do a
but we really,
distribution.
we
Right.
really appreciate all the the knowledge and that you're sharing with us. That to me is more,
Some of these I'm
better.
learning along with you.
I
Trust
don't
me.
know how would more better than tasting the wine. It's more.
Oh.
Brain.
I'm glad you appreciate it. Thank you.
Ditto.
I just want
I'm
to be-
learning too. I did this whole thing with my the senior center, but because the format of what we're doing is a lot different than what I did for them. I really had to redo all of these for our format. But
I just don't want you to be disappointed if we show up and we
oh
don't. have our
no, I mean,
wines.
I think I've shown up without the right one. Tonight's not from Sonoma Valley, the one I have. Although Kistler's there, but the wine I'm having is not from Sonoma Valley. It's from, mine was from I think it's from Sonoma Mountain.
Hmm.
Which might be a subset of the Sonoma Valley. I
No,
can't
but we already
remember.
did Sonoma Mountain.
It's right
Oh, we
there,
did,
yeah.
But it might
Yeah.
be part of the subset.
Okay.
But anyway, but yeah, we drink what we can.
Yeah, we do.
And if we don't have the right stuff, we drink what we have, exactly.
That's right.
Find something. There's got to be a bottle in there somewhere.
Friends who drink together learn together.
Yeah.
There you go.
So next
So
time,
if we get our Mendocino trip together, we can collect some and ship them out to you if you're missing some.
There you go.
Or deliver, yeah.
Or deliver,
Yeah.
there you go. Be even more fun.
well, it's really easy for
I
you
like
to
that idea.
deliver to Jenny. She's just in the next town, right?
I know, I'm,
That's right.
Not slipping a junk away.
Well,
and then you can
yeah.
meet Madison.
Yeah, right. Well.
And we get to see Swainson Hawks when we're there too, so it's.
Yeah.
They're still there.
Okay.
I
Well,
like it.
All right,
Sweet
well, we'll
dreams,
cut out for
everyone.
tonight. Thank you all for joining once again, and
We'll
We'll,
see you next
see-
week.
next week. All right.
All
sweet
right.
dreams.
Bye,
Yeah.
guys.
Bye-bye, everybody.